everything's so bland and boring. Like, what's up with that? So I've noticed a heightened intake of everything being colorless, boring, and essentially concrete slabs, and I'm not very here for it. Like, this is something I've always thought about, and I've always, you know, been thinking through. I like color, like, a lot. I make everything colorful. Like, when I play The Sims or any life simulator game or decorating game, I make everything as colorful as I physically can because, well, I like color. I really, really do. I like everything to be colorful. I like colorful clothes, even though I don't wear them often. I like colorful pictures, colorful hair. I just like color. And apparently no one else does. I don't know what's going on there. What do you mean no one likes color? I don't think I've ever heard a person say they didn't like color, unless you really like beige for some reason. But we're living in an uncreative, soulless, colorless time. And you know what? I'm pretty upset about it. Yeah, this is a bit different from my usual videos, but this is something I want to talk about because it does affect things that I like movies, TV shows, video games. It affects everything and it's really sad. And I just want some color, man. Give me some color. Give me some creativity. Give me some soul. So I want to start this off talking about fast food restaurants. I don't eat fast food often, but when I do, I wouldn't want to eat it out of a concrete slab. All of these buildings look like concrete slabs, and it makes me really very, very upset. Because when you look at something like McDonald's from just like, what, less than 20 years back, they look like this, and then now they look like this. Why are they concrete? Like, this looks uninviting, very corporate, very unfun. I wouldn't want to get a joyful meal from here. You know, where's the color at? Where's just the nice buildings? The only time these buildings look somewhat okay is when they're blending in with a strip mall because they have to, like, fit the style. But even then, they're still pretty generic. Then we have stuff like retail stores. Retail stores have always been mostly boring, but like now the interior is also really, really boring. The best like retail, big box, whatever store you want to call it, was actually the store Best. If you ever look at the pictures for that store, look at that, man. They were so cool. I mean it, like look at that. That was so neat how they would style these buildings, but you'll never get something like that again. It's genuinely tragic. And then the interior of these buildings all look the same. We all know most grocery stores look the same. They're a little dingy, a little dirty, but then they're like, you know, they get the job done. They look fine, you know, they're okay at best. But it's sad. I feel like they could do something better. Like, you know, when you go to a local grocery store that isn't a chain, it looks different, you know, it looks more inviting, more fresh sometimes, unless it's dirty. Chain grocery stores just don't look like that, and it's sad. And then you have stuff like Walmart. Okay, let me talk about Walmart for a second. Okay, so Walmart recently has redesigned their Walmarts, at least in my area, and they all look much different than what I'm used to at a dingy Walmart. Now it looks more like Target. And if I wanted to go to Target, I'd go to Target. I don't like Target because it's more expensive than Walmart, but you know, I'd go to Target if I wanted to look like Target. But now it looks like Target and they rearranged everything. So now it looks like this ultra plain, sort of clean, sleek thing, and it doesn't look like my dingy Walmarts anymore. Not like Walmart actually had a style, but you know what Walmart looks like when you go in a Walmart, okay? But now it looks like Target, which means that these places are all trying to look the same now. And I don't think that's good. But Walmart bothers me a lot because now it looks like Target and they moved everything and everything's in different places now and I don't know where it is anymore. I'm just trying to find nail polish. Why am I lost? Besides that, like logos, let's talk about logos for a second. All these logos have gotten worse and worse over the years, and I don't know what's going on here. Like, look at Pepsi and Coca-Cola in the past, and look at them now. What the fuck is that? Ew. Why is everything so flat now? Like, I don't want a flat logo. I want logos with pizzazz. Makes me want to buy stuff. Isn't that the entire point, though? Capitalism. That's why these logos are recognizable and looks nice. Will you change the logo from Crisco that I've known for years from looking like this to this? What do you think I'm gonna say? I'm gonna be like, ew, what the reek? It's like, why? Why did you do this? I don't get it. It's like Pringles. Yes, of course, I'm gonna bring up Pringles because for some reason I take genuine offense to Pringles. Why did they change the Pringles logo? And bringing back the fast food logos, at least. Look at all the changes of the fast food logos over the years. Some of these I preferred more, like the Burger King from 1999 to like 2016. I like that logo more. That's the logo I grew up with, so I like it more, obviously, but I also feel like it has more pizzazz to it. Like I said, we need pizzazz. Walmart, I don't think it changed at all, but I think that's really funny that they tried to gaslight people into thinking that they changed their logo sometimes when they really haven't, and it looks exactly the same. Here's a logo that I can fight about. The Sims. I don't know why they changed their logo from looking, you know, actually interesting to looking like whatever this is. Like, this logo makes you want to fight somebody. I don't know. It incites violence. I have no idea why. It just looks bad. And it does make you want to commit violence. Video game box arts. That's all I have to say. Like, I'm gonna put some examples up on the screen. But what happened to box arts? You know, we used to get things like Kingdom Hearts, and then now we get this. I don't want this.
I want you to have it.
I don't really want this.
I don't like it either. And I think it looks bad. It's like when Sony changed the boxes for the PlayStation. Why would you do that? Like, who told you that was an okay idea? Nobody did. Lack of color when it comes to consoles. No consoles ever had too much color, but like the ones that did were like DS's, Game Boys, just essentially handhelds in general. And now we don't have that either because we only have like the Switch, and then we have like the Ally and the Steam Deck, and all of them only come in like black or gray, so whatever, except the Switch. The Switch Lite had colors, but like I would never buy a Switch Lite. That is such a waste of my time. But two things that made me mad, right, is the PlayStation controller. The PlayStation controller used to have colored buttons, right? That was like the main thing that you know PlayStation for its colored buttons. And they got rid of it on the PlayStation 5, and that made me irrationally angry. They took away the very little color we had in these consoles. For what? For nothing. I don't get it, and I don't like it either. I like my colors, okay? Give me back my color, Sony. Then we have the Switch 2. Besides the game prices, the Switch 2 just wants a fight. Like, Nintendo actually wants to get me in a physical fight. Because why did they remove the colored Joy-Cons? And if anyone tries to tell me their backlighting, undercolor, or whatever you want to call it, is actually color, I'll fight you right here and now, and I'll probably win. I don't think that that's enough color. That is a slight amount of color, but not like your other Joy-Cons. Y'all had a perfect formula for your Joy-Cons, and for some reason, you decide to not have them colored again? Why? I don't get it. What? Does color cost more? Or are you just thinking, oh, it looks sleek, it looks... I don't care how sleek it looks. I want this dang console to have color, god dang it. Everyone I know has a colored Switch. Have it be a special edition Switch, like the Animal Crossing one, or just a plain colored Joy-Con. Everyone has a colored one. Most people don't buy the freaking gray one. Most people want the colored one. So where's my colored Switch Joy-Cons? The next Switch better freaking have colored Joy-Cons. Or we have a problem, Nintendo. A bigger problem than I usually have with Nintendo. Packaging! Yeah, look, not as many people care about cat packaging, but some people want to buy something that has nice packaging. All tech packaging looks basically the same, and I'm pretty sure you can blame Apple for that if I'm correct. Everything looks exactly the same. It looks bland, plain, nothing's going on. Not even a special thing. It's just like your phone on a white box or something. Like, homie, no, get that garbage out of here. Aesthetics. Everyone just buys an aesthetic instead of creating their own mixture of one or actually choosing one that they like. They just buy what's popular or what other people recommend, and then they make that their entire aesthetic, and it's quite sad. It's the same thing with clothing. Like, why do we all dress the same? Why are we looking the same? What is going on here? That's weirdo behavior. Yes, this is a topic you can get deep into, but people are boring too. Like, why do we all look the same? Or mainly, why do y'all look the same? Because I don't look like none of y'all's. Why do you guys look the same? Why do you want to look the same? What is that? I don't like that. That's weird. That's weird. Okay, it's actually really weird. Ooh, then we got the houses and the architecture. Why do all of you people want to live like this? Do you see how ugly this house is in the inside? I wouldn't even say ugly. I would say generic, very plain. Have you ever watched The House Hunters? You would see that in the recent years, everyone wants the exact same looking house. Modern farmhouse. Modern farmhouse. Like, oh my gosh, if I hear modern farmhouse being the most wanted house one more time, I'ma freaking lose it. In the interiors in this thing, like, dude, everything is the color white. It is so crazy. Like, you walk into one of these places and it's like you got flashbanged with how bright, white, and genuinely scary that these places look. Like, y'all talk about liminal spaces. These white rooms, I think they're a little bit more scary. It's like you live in a freaking hospital room. I don't know. It's scary. I don't like them. The white, disgusting. Think if you have kids everywhere. Kids' hands, prints, everything. Gross. Disgusting. And then, like I said, it's just pure white. It's boring. It's lame. It's like beige. Why are you doing this to yourself? Do you not like colors? Is there something wrong with you? And like I said, you look at stuff like House Hunters. That's all you see. It's tiring, my friends. It's tiring. I'm sick of this kind of interior and exterior. It's genuinely annoying at this point. It also shows how genuinely creatively bankrupt everybody is. Let's talk about game UIs, specifically one game's UI. Alright, I know a lot of games UIs have been looking exactly the same in my personal opinion. Very modern, very sleek, very, I don't know, plain. Like, they're not interesting. But one that, of course, ruffles my feathers, because if you know anything about me, I like The Sims a lot, actually. The Sims is my favorite game, like, The Sims 3 specifically. And I like The Sims 2 as well. But The Sims 4, I don't like that game very much. And here's one of the reasons why, even if some people might say this is a petty reason, the UI. If you look at The Sims 2 and 3's UI, it was something different. Yes, it was very blue, kind of clunky, but it had personality, it had flair. It was like, yep, this is The Sims, my friend. I am playing The Sims right now. Then you look at The Sims 4's UI. Oh! What is this? I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Why does it look like this, dude? Ew. It's plain. It's gray. It's bland. I don't like it. Like, I don't. It's bad. Like, I genuinely hate when they simplify UIs to the point that it's ugly. And that's what they did to The Sims 4. And look, I ain't gonna hold anyone to it. I think Inzoi's UI is also ugly. To be honest, even the updated one. Like, is it slightly better than the other one? Yep, but it's still plain. That's for sure. Not very unique, is it? I don't like it. But anyway, you know, that's just my personal opinion on UIs. I'm just gonna do a rapid fire round of things that I think are boring looking now and, you know, aren't interesting anymore. So, rapid fire time. Let's go. Web design. I genuinely think a lot of web design is boring. Everything looks like Amazon or like freaking, I don't know, one of these Alibaba, AliExpress type websites. That's what I personally think. Phones. All phones look the same. We don't have freaking flip phones anymore, so that's one unique style. Yes, are some phones at least a little creative, like the Samsung weird flip phone or the ones that you pull apart and it's like 2 screens. Yeah, those are technically more unique at the moment, but like, they still look the same, kind of. Sorry. I just think phones are a little bit boring, too. Also, I blame Apple for that one as well. Gaming setups. Everyone wants the same gaming setup, and it's weird, dude. I don't want to walk into somebody's gaming setup and it looks exactly like mine. That's strange, man. Plushes. Blame Squishmallows. Everything is a blob. I don't know what's going on there. I like Squishmallows, though, so I don't have too many complaints, but not everything should be a Squishmallow. Cozy games. They're a copy and paste job now, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Almost every single one of those games are the exact same game, and that's genuinely boring, dude. Like, actually boring. And that was my rapid fire mentions. Now, to add on to architecture and all of the other kind of stuff, because this video is of course not structured properly, obviously, not by me of course. This is something I have to mention, is related to the fast food buildings. 2 that I completely forgot to mention earlier was Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. They used to have more interesting looking buildings, and of course they don't now, obviously. Logo wise, also, of course, they don't now, obviously, because, you know, everything is boring. Just know the Taco Bell logo I'm putting up on the screen is my favorite one, and the same thing with the Pizza Hut logo. Those are my favorite ones. I just think they look better, okay? Don't judge me. I don't care. I think they look better. And in way more recent and updated news, you know, while editing this video, Cracker Barrel decided to change their logo from this to this. Ew! I don't even know what else to say, like, ugh, yikes. But, you know, there's no need for me to overreact now. They changed it back, like, within the time of me planning to finish the section right quickly, and then, you know, actually edit it into the video. They literally changed it back because the backlash was crazy. Like, dude, I've never seen anything like it happen. And honestly, it's good. You know, I'm glad they changed it back. That's crazy work. That's all I have to say. You know, at least we got to change it back. If only we could have did that to Pringles, because what the freak was that, man? But that's just my personal opinion. Like all of these, I'm sure there's many, many more boring, lame, uninteresting, uncreative things in this world. But I don't feel like talking about them any longer. This video is already probably way longer than I wanted it to be. So yeah, with that much said, go ahead, comment. Tell me, what do you think is boring and what needs to be fixed, you know? I'm sure I could have mentioned people, but I genuinely think it's a crazy thing to mention that all people are looking the same, and, you know, how dystopian things have gotten, that people all act and look the same and get their personalities from the internet. You know, that is lovely. But anyway, I didn't want to mention all that, even though I just did. Anyway, go ahead, give me a comment, maybe a like, subscribe even. And if you do subscribe, please stay tuned for my future video on, is dust the unfiltered protein you need in your diet?